share. Okay, so few things what I wanted to update is everything you need for the Angular related Angular from the Angular skill perspective is up to date in the Teams channel. If you see, I have uploaded the videos, the recording link is there, the demo code is there, everything is ready. Let me show you where and how you people can access it. I don't know how many of you were able to see where exactly the videos are. Can you make out here? Demo code uploaded, notes uploaded in the Streams channel, ES215. Were you able to go through this and see? Yes, good. So please go through the see. It's not that it's mandatory. It's an extra learning for you people to make your Angular learning much more better. That's the purpose why why that videos have been shared. So here I have put okay. So here, if you see, it's available. I just copied that channel info. So as at present, we have okay these many videos. I will be uploading the orientation session and also yesterday's and today's session sometime late in the evening today. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give the same orderly number. I'll just show you what I'm going to do. Recordings. See, 00 orientation, which happened on Jan 21st. Angular L1, which happened yesterday. So similarly, I will go on naming 02 Angular L1 Jan 28, so on and so forth. I just wanted one quick information over here. Are there some people over here today who have attended from the Shell account here? From Shell account, how many are there? Today morning, I sent that email. Nobody? Okay. Right. Arpan. All A's only attending. Arpan Chaudhary, Arujit, Arpita. That means all names starting from A means they are good people. Right now, guys? I'm not speaking, just a minute. Okay, guys. So all done. I'll just okay for the shell people, guys. Just for your you people, it's for your reference only, guys. For the shell people, this is you might have missed. Okay, the others can also take it. They would share. I think I don't know whether I gave it or not. Okay. For all the people who missed the orientation session, please do take this, guys. Okay. So this is the recording link for the orientation session. Please go through whoever, what all the things will be done as part of this training. All those things will be has been explained in that particular training. Okay. Chalo. So then we shall go ahead with the Angular part. So just to have a quick recap of what we learned yesterday. So yesterday we started off with getting to know what is Angular. It was just Introduction to Angular is what we had learnt. I had briefed a lot about what are the do's and don'ts. Okay. Okay. It's all about Ranjan Nath. Somebody please share in the code, guys. Please join the team using this code, man. Okay. So we got to know what are the things you people have to be following, guidelines and all those things were told. That's all fine. Then we understood that for anybody to learn Angular in a better and a good way, so the prerequisite for Angular is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Recommended would be ES 2015 concepts plus the TypeScript knowledge will be. Somebody remind me guys later. I'll also post the TypeScript notes into the Teams window. TypeScript notes also I'll post. You go through it. Okay. And first off, the things we learned was what are the software you need to start working with Angular tribe. So we need three software. Node.js on a personal laptop, installing that will not be that difficult. You can do that easily. It's a free software. One can go download it and install it. But when it comes to Wipro, please do not download. Please do not do anything on your own. Okay. IRMC policies and all you have to follow and you have to go by. Okay. So you need Node.js. Please do raise a WASP request or send a mail to this email ID mentioned over here. So IMG person will install it for us. And the second software you need is the Angular CLI. So all you have to do is this can be done on your own. You don't need any admin rights. You don't need to raise a request and all. Once you have got the node installed, you can go and open the Node.js command prompt. And in the Node.js command prompt, just give the command npm install @angular/CLI. Okay, so it will install. And then the IDE wise, you need Visual Studio Code. Again, please do mail or raise a request. They will install it for you. It's a free software. There is no license associated. There is no cost involved. So you can have that installed without any problems. Okay. So if you people still find it difficult to start working on Angular with all the things, okay, with all the necessary software and all, you are finding it challenging, don't worry. Okay. Don't worry. You can still continue to work. You can use the online compilers and start working. So what is @Angular CLI? What is @Angular? What is CLI? देवड़ा एक क्वेश्चन पूछो यार, तीन तीन क्वेश्चन एक ही क्वेश्चन में, राइट? राणा, डिड यू हैव योर लंच? क्या राणा? प्रदीप सर? Look, I'll explain, sir. Today we will begin with what is Angular CLI, what is it and all. Okay, I'll answer. I'll answer every question of yours. Yesterday also, I think I had one question which I think I had not answered. It should be. Did I have any question which I did not answer, guys? Somebody's? Okay, chalo, I'll take it. So then we learnt about Angular. What is it? Introduction. So Angular is a JavaScript framework. It's a framework. These notes have been put in the Teams window. Fayazul Islam. Okay, I have put it in the Teams window, man. Let me show you files. That's what. Please do follow. Follow it. See, demo code is there. This is there. This is the notes for yesterday. Okay, everything is uploaded. I will just do it after the training is over. So it's a framework or it's a collection of libraries which allows us to develop the web applications. And do not think a web application means it's limited only to run on a desktop. We have some additional features which also helps us to make the same application to run better on mobile and desktop as well. And that concept is PWA, Progressive Web Applications. That's just to know. Okay. So it also, and Angular allows us to develop single page applications, single page apps only. Okay. So single page apps. The purpose are the whole idea of a single page. I had given the description over here. Guys who have joined only today, just go through these notes. Okay, please. So TWA versus SPA. So in the old days, we were able to develop. See, web applications are not something which has come just today or some few years. Web applications are there for more than 35 years now, right? So we had the web applications being developed in the past also, but they were all traditional web applications. TWA over there stands for traditional web apps. Okay, so so what I wanted to say. So where traditional versus a SPA, then why Angular is not following TWA? Or React is also goes by SPA mechanism because of certain things what you need to go with the today's requirement. Today, what matters most is the end user experience, the runtime performance of the application. With TWA, one of the important things is everything resides on the server. Every click of it, it has to go to the server and do something for us. Whereas SPA is entirely client side. Matlab, your application is built as a whole. When the app is run for the first time, the entire application will be loaded onto your client side. Remember the points yesterday I had not explained this, guys. Remember what I am telling today. I am telling few more extra points pertaining to TWA versus PWA. With TWA, okay, the entire app resides on the server. Any click, assume you have a hyperlink. You click and you want to show another page. Okay, so it has to fetch any new page to be displayed. Any new page to be displayed, maybe like upon a href, hyperlinked ones, right? Upon clicking a href or something like that, you can, upon clicking any new page to be displayed, a request as to go to the server, fetch a new page. Okay, browser has to construct the DOM and finally render the page or render the output. Guys, understand the steps. When with TWA, when you have to get a new link, if your app is based on the TWA, every assume you are going through, like think of a tutorial point or something like that. You click on a link and I want to show you a different content. For doing that, upon clicking every link, these many things have to be done. 1, 2, 3, 4. A request has to go to the server, which may be unpredictable. Agree, guys? Why do you say unpredictable? This, whenever there is a network related thing involved, no, obviously you will see there can be no network connection. The server may be busy or the server may not be responding. There are different possibilities that a request may work or may not work. The possibilities of the failure is also more. Whereas with SPA, the entire app, okay, is loaded onto the client side. That's nothing but browser. Okay, when the app is loaded for the first time. So post which everything will be executed locally by the browser. So which will give me I runtime. Agree, guys, or not? So any questions on that? See, I'm just pointing or I'm just telling you one more extra line about extra line about a TWA versus SPA. And that's the reason why most of the today's web application libraries or frameworks, no, they are going by SPA mechanism. So you can ask me then what is the good part with TWA? See, every framework or anything you see, there will be something plus and something minus. TWA, what is the advantage with TWA? Can anybody tell me? Abhi, you can check it out, guys. Don't write SPA Arpan Chaudhary. It's not SP. Okay, I read it SPA. Then that's my bad. That's my bad. Single page application. Chalo. Okay. What? Don't know. Gee, today I think most applications are what what I will say, or SPA. Most what I'll say is TWA you see only when you have static content. Static, not too many things to go to. You don't give lot of. So generally for your reading content or something like that, you will have everything will be loaded, and then okay, not much. So what is the good part or positive about a TWA? Okay, so load time, quick load time. Yes, quick load time. But what is the uh, positive about a SPA? Okay, SPA is this. I don't have to say that once again. About SPA is high runtime performance. Okay, see, everything will have its own. So SPA minus what? So you can avoid certain things and do something and all. So this one will give me low runtime performance. Minus is low runtime. Okay, that's about. So then we learnt about Angular other features. It's used for why? Because of this feature, it also allows us to have component level refresh. Yesterday, I have explained you what is it actually. It allows us to have a component level refresh. Okay. Any points who missed the session yesterday? If you are not able to understand, please do let me know. If I will check if I can spend some time on that and I will answer it. Okay. So most of the features are built into the framework. So everything is part of the framework. You don't have to be dependent on some third-party JavaScript libraries and integrate that into your application. So everything is available as part. That's why I told you Angular applications are pretty heavy as compared to React applications, comparison wise. Okay. So, but it has more features to use without looking around outside. So it allows us to do me component level deep template based. I'll explain you what do you mean by template based, which is to be explained yet. Okay. Two-way data binding also is to be explained yet. Then we learned about the history of the Angular. Not much. Angular JS was the very first version, which guys, I'm sorry for all the people who attended yesterday. It may be little boring for you people. I'm just repeating a little more today, only to enable the new people who have joined today to get a little bit, because they will be lost. Sorry for all the people who were there yesterday. You may feel, same thing he is telling again and again. I know that will be the thing what some people may feel. Sorry for that. Okay. So the very first version of the Angular was called as Angular JS, and that's the very first version. Okay. So until 2003, there was no new versions which was released by the Angular. Nothing, because once React was released, the way the React had its architecture, okay, based on that, Angular also got a little different. They changed the entire architecture and they wanted it to be like a refurbished model. Okay, they released the next version which was called as Angular 2. Remember, no Angular, no JS in the name, right? Starting from the version 2, they removed the JS from the name. The reason for that, people were under the assumption that if you have the name JS, no, people will always think that this is a JavaScript code. Matlab, it allows me to write the code only with JavaScript. But see the point over here, the line number 45. Angular is not something which allows me to develop applications only using JavaScript as a language. It also supports supports TypeScript and Dart as the programming languages. So they just wanted that JS to be out, because if you put JS, people will never think that it also supports TS or Dart. Okay. So then came the version 3 is missing over there. I don't know the reason. Please ask me. Okay. Contact Angular for that. I also don't know why the number 3 was missing. I don't know. Somebody from the Angular, they did not like the number 3, I believe. Right? I know Telugu in Kannada there is one saying. There is one big saying in Kannada called as Murakke Muktaya. So I think they felt if they give the number 3, no, it will be Muktaya. Okay. So they might have some Kannadiga maybe there in the Angular Google. That is why they would have thought Moodu Bedappa, Moodu Beda. So that is why they started jump to 4 directly. Okay. Something on a lighter side, guys. Chalo. Okay. So version 2 onwards, the architecture has remained the same until today. It has not changed. So the very important point for everybody is you don't have to learn something new if you already know anything in the past, like a version 2, 3, 4, 5. You almost know Angular, is what I will say. So you know Angular. So except for that small delta changes, and for that delta changes also, you don't need to look out anywhere. So you can go to angular.io, angular.io. You go to this docs, right here. You can see release information. You can go here, upgrading. See, you just go through this for upgrading yourself from one of the older versions of Angular to, if you people already know about it. Okay, so that's good enough, because these concepts, if you see, okay, understanding Angular, see, components, templates, directive, dependency, all these things we are learning. This is there right from the very second version. Okay, so that's important point. So all other things are same. Most changes what they are doing is only at the build level, compiler level, toolchain optimization, how your build time can be improved. Only such things are addressed very much, not from a feature. Features are also there little bit. That's the what I told you. Delta changes. Oh, is TWA not mobile friendly? It is, sir. It is. You can make it. Yes. PWA concept you can use, integrate with any. It's for web applications. It doesn't mean whether it is for a TWA versus SPA. Okay. Who is this? Ani, nahi. Dev Kumar Sahu. Okay. So it's not about, so PWA is a concept for web applications, not restricted to SPA or this or that. So that's about Control C, Control N, Control V. We'll start off with the day 2 concepts. Jan 28. Okay, guys, rethink, just post some questions if you have. I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes time. Just give me 2 minutes break. I'll be back. Okay, so please post any questions if you have. I'll take any questions if I see. If not, I'll start off with the today's topics for the day. Hello. Okay. We are done. There is only one question. For this training, we need to learn ES 2015 on our own, or you will deliver the necessary No, it will not be delivered. You have to learn on your own. I had told you. Okay. I had told you go through on that, and maybe if you have any questions, I'll answer them in one of the sessions. But I want everybody to go through that. You all tell me, fix up. I will finish off going through in the next 2 days. I'll have 1 hour of a Q&A or mentoring on ES 2015. I'll only take some questions if you have. Okay, Ayush? Tanuja, please add. And I had told you very clearly, Tanuja madam, abhi ye message padhiye aap. Okay? I know you are Kannada. Please read it. Okay? Bullet number, line number 6 and bullet number 5. Okay, Tanuja? Then, if you want, please join the teams using this particular code. Okay, guys? You have to add yourself if you really want access to other resources. Every resource is available with the teams, in the teams. Like I told in the orientation session, see, I have shared the demo code. Here, if you see, you have all the sample programs for you people to work. Just download it, unzip it, and start working on it. Okay, guys, you can simply start working on that. So you just use that as a reference. Okay, so everything is there. So you have to be part of the team's group. So if there are some requests which are pending, please tell me. I'll approve them. Manish plus Naye. Okay, I approved a few. Then fine. Chalo guys. Now let's go with the next topic. Today I have 2 or 3 important things to be spoken about. One, to begin with, what is Angular CLI? Okay, Mr. Rana sir, your question is going to get answered over here. Angular CLI, then our first Angular app, how to create a new application. So we are going to learn this today. Control X and here. Our first Angular app, how to, what will be it, how to run it. For that first, let me start Visual Studio. Ye kya ho raha hai? My search is not working. VS. So remember guys, you need to have वरदान सिंह. क्या सर जी अभी आए बोल रहे हैं वो आधा घंटे के बाद. Sir, you what help you need, you tell me. I can't help actually, in fact.
Hi Anantha, Vardhan here. Actually, I got installed Node and Visual Studio from the support team. I need help regarding the CLI installation. I'm getting the error ng is not recognized command. So regarding that, actually need help.
Did you do npm install @angular/CLI?
Yes.
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 What did it give? Did it give success?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. There was something running, and after that, the same tab. The cursor come to the next window, and I tried with the ng-hyphen version, and it's showing not recognized command.
Once you close the Node.js prompt and okay, open it once again. Let us see that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Path. Ravi, please help. Whatever it is, if you have to declare the path, it should be Node.js command prompt is actually, see here. If I give ng, it works directly because the path is set. So please do set the path accordingly. You can see the path has to be set to the node installation. Okay. So I have to give that outside. Okay. This is here. This is a PowerShell command prompt. It has to be here. I don't know why this is not working. Chalo. So you can, if it doesn't work, Naman sir, sorry, Vardhan sir, you can ping me after the training is over. We shall see how to address it. Okay. So first of all, what is Angular CLI? So somebody, Mr. Rana or somebody, Nitish Rana. Okay, sorry, Nitish Rana is that cricket player, no? Some Rana asked me what is @ what is. So first thing, understand, in Angular, every package, whatever you install begins with @. Okay. So here, if you give, okay, if you give this, it will give me, sorry, not this, node prompt man. Okay, node. So it will give me the packages which are installed. So Mr. You asked me why is that? It is only a, what I can say is every package, I think I have to tell before everything. Angular, okay, library is available to the developers as a npm package. Hope you know this. So this is the node concept. Node package manager, npm package. So Angular core library is available to the developers as a npm package. Core library, or I would like to call it as a framework for app development. Okay, is available. And every Angular package, okay, every Angular package you want to work, every Angular package you want to use or work with begins with a @. So now you should understand what is it. Okay, Rana sir, it begins with a @ any @Angular/router @Angular/something. It's all about, it's a decorate. Okay, I don't want to use that word as of now, Varshini madam. Okay, that's internal. अभी ये decorator use किया तो people will start telling what decorator, ये flower decorator है क्या दूसरा interior decorator सोचेगा अभी नहीं, not necessary immediate. Okay, so it's just begins with as a convention, I will say as of now. As of now, it's only English word. So what is it later point of time? Then CLI is, CLI stands for command line interface. Okay, command line interface, which, okay, gives us some useful commands to work with the Angular development. So now we are going to talk about what is the Angular CLI, what is it, what are some very important CLI commands and all. Guys, first of the things we are learning is how to begin with. See here, guys. Oh, Rana. See, once I gave, it's giving me every package. It's beginning. You can see @Angular Dev Kit, @Angular Dev Kit /core. This is what I mentioned. All the basic minimum features required for an Angular application are available in this particular package. Okay, so this was installed when you did that @Angular/CLI command. So all these 4 packages were installed with one single command because it gives me command line interface plus these 4 packages. Hope you got the answer, Master Ji. Rana sir. Pradeep Rana. 1 minute. Ravi, I won't answer any question if you ask me privately. And this is not the message for Ravi. And that's a message for everybody. Okay? For everybody, please post your question to everyone so that everybody knows what is it. Okay? You can. Okay? But I'll tell you, you need to know a lot for that. I'll tell you very simple. Guys, I know yesterday somebody asked me, there was somebody by name Rajesh. Rajesh, you are there, sir? Rajesh? No, he is not there today. Yesterday, somebody had put one message before we concluded the training. Please go fast. Okay, and one more thing, take the questions only towards the end. I will try to do that as much as possible. But there are certain questions which I may have to answer along with. Now, see this question I have to answer because we are talking about how to. Now, Mister, can't we not do that? Was your full question. Now, I'll just for that I'll tell you. I'll just open my Angular workspace. Angular. This is the folder where I have all my Angular samples, guys. These many samples are there in my computer. These are the different demo applications I have created so far. I'll open this folder. See, Ravi, this is the answer for your question. I open this folder. It has demo app is the name of the application, which has folders like this. If I go into SRC, it has folders like this. It has, you can see what I mean is the nested folders, the nested structure of each and every folder. So now it's your turn. If you are good to do everything in this right way, I will create the structure. Every file has to be in the right place because or otherwise your build utility will not be able to identify where to pick what. Understood, Ravi? I am giving the answer for you. You can do it on your own. Guys, there are 2 ways. You can do everything without CLI. Everything without CLI you can do step by step. But that's a lengthy process. You need to do step 1, step 2. You have to create a demo app. Then create a folder. Then you should know what folders. Step by step you have to do. Okay? Yes, it has to be self. So CLI gives me better and easy ways. So you decide. Easy चाहिए या मुश्किल वाला path चाहिए. Okay, I'll tell you, Ravi, you don't worry. If you want to do everything step by step, please refer tutorial points. Okay, there they have given you everything without CLI also. Steps. How to build it without CLI, how to host it without CLI, how to, okay, all that. Please refer tutorial point. Okay, that's a very good thing for beginners to begin with. Chalo, that's one part of it. So now coming back to what is CLI, what are some very important commands? Okay, some very important commands for developers CLI gives me. Okay. The first of the command, guys, I want to create a new application. Okay, I want to create a new application. Okay, so first of the very important, and every CLI command begins with a ng. Every CLI command begins with a ng, with a ng. Now don't ask me what does that ng stand for. I know. Okay, there are two reasons. They have taken Angular में ng ले लिया, नहीं तो when they started off with this, their thought process was next generation. That's what the short form, I have read it somewhere, or one of the participants in one of my other trainings had told ng. So ng, this is the one, right? Angular में a निकाल के, I don't know, somebody did not like a over there, I believe. Okay, they took out ng only. So the ng, that's what. So every Angular or CLI command begins with a ng. So I am going to now tell what are some very important commands. First, the very first command which every developer uses to start working with Angular is to create a new application. Okay, now Ravi, this is the answer. So without CLI, I have told you, you as a developer should know this entire structure. Pura. You should know and you should create all of them in the right way. Now you can use a very simple command and create ng new. Ng new is the command, guys. My first app. Enter. So this will take good amount of time, guys. It will take about 30 to 40 minutes minimum to create the new application. Why? It has to create lot of folders. It has to populate the node modules. Okay. So it has to, okay, lot of things has to be done. Now, ng new my first app. What does it do? Creates all the necessary files needed for Angular. Okay. One can, I'll not put like this. Any developer can use this as a starting point or the OTB code. I'll tell you what is out of the box. Okay, OTB, out of the box code. Okay, any developer can use this as a starting point or out of the box code, and add is, I know if I type only is, the others will feel bad. So I will type is, hope everybody will be happy. Okay, any developer can use this as a starting point or out of the box code and add is or our own. How can I, what line I have to put, guys? Is our own. Hope it's clear, guys. So ng new my first step or whatever the name you want to give. You give that name. It will create me all the applications I have created here, guys. Right here. You may see around 20, 25 or 30 applications over here. So if you see there are 30, maybe 5 files if you take 30 to 32 applications, whatever I have created over here. All of them are done through Angular CLI only by using this ng new command. Okay, when you do this, it creates me. Now I would have given the name like demo app. First app is the names what I would have given. Okay, so this is the structure what it gives me. Okay, guys, I'll explain you what will be the structure soon after this. But first, my focus is on, okay, my focus is on the Angular commands. So it gives me all the necessary files. Next, without even writing a single line of code, we can run that means the CLI, whatever the code it generates, no, it is good to go without me writing a single line. Yesterday I showed the same in Stack Bleeds, right, guys? Similarly, so how to run it? The next important command is, the command is to see, whenever you talk about a web app, guys, understand a web app means what, guys? What? Any web app means has to be hosted on a server. Okay, has to be hosted on a server and how do I write? Running in server. Hosted. Okay, has to be hosted on a server and access the same using a browser through URL. Right, guys? www.something.com. That is the way any web application is. So to do this, an application, the app has to be built, okay, posted and made available on a made available through a address. I'm typing everything in detail, guys, so that you don't miss out on what's happening, because we are using CLI. There are a lot of things what CLI does for us behind the scenes. Okay, so I'm just telling you what are the things. So to do all of the above, to do all of the above, I don't say all of the above, to do the above 2 steps. Okay, we have one single Angular CLI command. Hope you can make out now why. The next very important command is to, okay, build and host the app. That command is ng serve. Now I'll show you one of my applications serving it. Okay, now you see I am just using a very simple ng serve command. Okay, I just went into one of my applications and I just gave a serve command. Now you can see this serve command internally uses a build tool. It internally uses a server, HTTP serve, okay, and hosts it on a server. Now I can access it and test my application directly. So the second very important command is ng serve. I'll just put a mark on the commands over here, guys. The next command. So if you want to add anything new, ng add, okay, a new package. So if at all I want to add any new for an existing project, so you have a ng add command. Hope you can understand. Example, ng add @ Angular / something you want to add. Okay, if at all you want to install, okay, ng add, then the next important commands ng most add is there. Okay, that's the important command. Is it running now? Let me check. My goodness, क्या हो गया मेरा Visual Studio? Hey, come on. No, if there is anything, I will explicitly tell Mr. Kupan or Venkateshan. I will tell. No, nothing like that. Okay, then comes the very important command, guys. There is one command called as a ng generate. Very useful command for the developers throughout the Angular development. Ng generate, okay, what you want to generate, okay, and a name. I'll give you examples. Ng generate component, okay, C1. Ng generate service, my service, something like this. Ng generate directive, okay, So these are the examples, guys. So ng generate is a very, very useful command which you people will be using throughout every now and then. Now I'll show you what it is and why it is. Okay. So lot many places we can use it and we can. So throughout your Angular app development, ng generate is a command which you people will use very extensively, guys. Okay, there is a question now. Do we have any keyboard shortcut to build and run the app as we have in Visual Studio for .NET? I doubt Ran Bahadur Singh. No, nahi. I know you are talking like a F5 in Visual Studio. Regular Visual Studio में Control F5 दबाया तो it will run the application. I doubt it is. नहीं. देखो इधर go इधर देख लो try करिए. I have never done it as such. Why I tell you not? Why? Because Visual Studio is not a full-fledged editor. It is only a simple editor which allows me to give some intelligence, a syntax highlighter. That's all. It is not a very big build integrator. Understand, Rao? Okay? Yes. Yes, sir. रण बहादुर सिंह. चलो ये क्या हो गया मेरा देवड़ा. Okay. Okay, guys. So ng generate. So that's the end of what is the Angular CLI. What a CLI is nothing but a command line interface, which gives me a set of whatever I have spoken is only very less number of commands, guys. I have only spoken about. Okay. Yes, you can use. I don't want to confuse Gautam Sarabi. Okay. मैं ज्यादा बोला तो people will get confused. I want to keep more clarity. I know you can give the same thing in a short form. NGGP. Okay. Okay. ABCD. This is also fine. G over there stands for generate. P over there stands for pipe. Okay. Chalo. That's there. ये क्या हो गया? Just give me a minute, guys. Okay. So, Mr. Gautam, so I have answered your question. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead with the next set of things. Our first Angular application, let us see. Ready, guys? Are you ready? There are 130 people about. We should have seen more, no? Yes. There are about 30, 40 people today who has to get added. Who are all missing? Sparsh. Why are you silent, sir, today? Sparsh Jindal. Marilyn Madam, you are also so silent.
Sir, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. सुन तो सकते हो, कुछ तो बताओ ना.
I'm there, sir. Actually, a lot of things, today.
Okay, okay. So multitasking is going on. Yes.
Yeah, because I am going on leave for next week. I told you, right?
Okay,
That
okay. Then I won't disturb you.
Everybody is sitting on my top of my head today.
Going on leave before that, and after coming back from leave, no, checking and clearing your emails will take
Cutting
hours.
emails. Yeah.
Clearing your emails and responding to all the pending chat messages, those things only will take. Right now?
Yes, correct.
Chalo. Okay, guys. No, see, one more person jumped off. It was 130 number just now. Now it became 130. Sorry, 129. Guys, the most important thing is coming up. And I'll tell you. Ranbhadur, Ranbhadur, I would like to stop recording for a while. So, this is very, very important. Why no? This makes us or gives us the foundation for learning Angular better. Because I'll tell you guys, if you see my Angular TOC sheet, you go through the Angular TOC sheet. Yesterday we are here. Overview ke bare mein we finished it. I'll put a mark on that. I am today here. I just finished it. If you see the content sheet, no, either there is nowhere in the content sheet we have put it as first Angular app or the structure of the app. But I generally spend a good amount of time over here. Okay. Why? Because I just want to give this concept this one to be very clear and strong for everybody. Because there are a lot of folders, there are a lot of files. We may not have to know every file and every folder, but it's important to know the very key files and key folders. So let us see the Angular application now. This is one application. Let me open another app. Okay, guys. Let me show you another application. Okay, guys, I would like to show you another one here, decode. Why I wanted to show you is, I wanted to show you the folder structure comparison between the two. Where is this PC? Angular. Guys, observe things over here. Here I have opened which one, guys? Which is this one? D colon. Okay. Angular. Okay. Let me open one of the files. Animations demo. See this folder structure. Demo app. Guys, observe the two folder structures. Okay. Here, if you see E2E node modules SRC, E2E node modules SRC. These are the folders and you see some files available. If you look at the two applications, the folder structure, the file structure almost remains the same. Okay, almost remains the same. It has been created by CLI, but we have, as a developer, we need to know what is the purpose of this file. What is the purpose of this file? Why do I have this folder? What are the different folders inside that? A index file, what is the purpose? Why? What is main? So this is what we are going to spend some time to learn now. Okay. So here are, so different folders and files, what gets created. Our first tab. Okay, what I will do now, guys, instead of typing, no, I'll try to hold on. बहुत ज्यादा टाइपिंग करना पड़ेगा. Instead, November 21 इधर ही का ले लूंगा. Okay, guys, I just copy pasted it from my previous trainings notes. Okay, instead of typing everything, let me just walk you through. So whenever our first Angular app, okay, same you can see typed both the places, right? So how to get my new application? You just have to use ng new my first app. You guys, if you want me to do that, I will do it and show you. But it will take 30-40 minutes. It has to go in parallel, and I just don't want to create a new application. If you want, I'll do it. Okay, let me do it. Right? Let it go on in parallel. I'll delete it afterwards. And I can show you what will be the output of that application once you create it without you adding any extra lines. Let us see that bare minimum application created by the CLI. So you give a name, CD, that folder, whatever it is. You will see a lot of files and folders created for us by the Angular CLI. You will see them, right? Like this. You will see a lot of folders and files created for us. What all those folders is the point. Why my Visual Studio is not starting, guys? Once it's running, no issues now. But why this is hanging is a question mark. Okay, NG. Okay, new. What is the name you want me to give, guys? Tell me. फर्स्ट ऐप ऑलरेडी है मेरे फोल्डर में. Okay, run Bahadur. You can see ng new demo MSFS I gave. Demo Microsoft full stack or .NET full stack, something like that. It will take time, guys. Let it go on. In the meantime, I'll explain you what are the different files. See, yeah, try in node command prompt. Ayush. See, it will ask you, would you like to add Angular routing? For the time being, we will say no. What CSS styling you want to use? Select the default. Node.js CMD Ayush. Now you can see it's installing packages, lot of things. It will take time. Okay. So it is making everything ready for us. Let it go on. It will take time. I'll delete this folder soon after. Okay. What are the different files and folders, guys? So first, there are different files and folders which gets created. So first of it, you can see here, there is, for first, I am talking the files in the root folder. So there are so many files. Guys, not able to follow, please tell me. I will. So not everything is very important, but there are certain things which are good to know. If that's something very, very important, I will highlight it. Okay. Where? We are still yet to go there. So first of the very important files to know is a file called as a tsconfig.js. TS stands for TypeScript. It's a TypeScript configuration file. Okay. It allows us to do some compiler settings or options for TypeScript. Yes, sir. When you have to do this, it will pull some. Once you have done the Angular CLI, okay, right. It will pull everything from the node modules. Not necessary. Okay, chalo, what I was telling you, angular.json. So the very first important file you see will be a file called as, sorry, tsconfig is the first file. Let us have a look at it. Guys, see, what is this file? As it's told, it is a TypeScript configuration files. So TypeScript, you see, compile on save, true. That is why every time you do a control yes, no, your application gets rebuilt and re-hosted on the server. I'll show. I have to show that to you at a later point of time once it's done. Right? So base URL, that means The default URL it has to take for my application is // is what you have to go by. Important things only I will tell you guys. So there is a target, which means it says for the JavaScript version or for the JavaScript, no, you target it for ES 2015 and above. Okay. So type roots library ES 2018 like this. It will have some. Okay, that's about ES. We will see all that later, Ayush. Ruko. Okay. What it is giving? ng not recognized as a command. Guys, sorry, hold on. I have done one mistake possibly. Maybe that's the reason you all are getting that command. Hold on, guys. I know. I have realized. Either ngcli command where I have put, guys. -g I have missed, guys. Sorry. That's my bad. I had told you something for installing, no? Kidhar tha wo? Guys, this is my mistake, guys. That's the reason I believe. Do this. -g. I have missed it. Sorry for that, actually. What would have happened, no? You might have done that command in a particular folder and it is installed locally over there. You do this. Where Ayush, all the people know. Sorry, I am making you to do something once again. I always do this mistake. Chalo. Okay, guys. So the next important file for us is package.json. Guys, very important file. Maybe you don't use it all the time, but you will really find it very useful at a later point of time. Why I will tell you. So maybe I can take an example and tell you. I have developed an application. Okay, let me take an example. Okay, so here now, Mr. somebody's name I will take. Ayush. Ayush will ask me, sir, you have a routing demo application, no? Right? Routing demo. Can you please give me that source code? I would like to try it on my laptop. I'm Hello? Hello? I know
Anantha.
some people. Sorry, guys. I
Yes,
had an
audible.
internet problem and it took a. My WebEx crashed and I had to rejoin the WebEx. Anyways, it's 11:20. Sorry, 4:20 already. Connected back now. Chalo, guys. So what we were talking about was your package.json, and it's going on over here. That somebody asked me, will it work without the internet connection? I don't know. Somebody had asked. You can see here. Oh, I have not shared the screen now. Guys, my WebEx is acting crazy. Anytime it may stop. I don't know. If it happens, be ready for that. Say, that's a message I'm giving beforehand. Don't know. I could not join it once again. See, somebody asked that question here, no? See here, even time I did not have the internet connection, it was still going on. Okay, so it is just taking all the necessary files needed for an application from different node modules is already installed, right? And do certain things. Some okay. It's very slow, guys. My system. So the next very important file we have to look at is our package.json. Second file we are looking at, guys. Oh. So the second very important file, I was talking about this, and at that point of time, we got disconnected. So package.json is very important. It contains all the scripting references to be used for this particular application. Like, see, we are using ngserv, ng commands, no? Internally, they are all nothing but script files. They are all nothing but script files. So you can see that I'll show you the file. Now screen is visible, guys. Okay, I am in Notepad. Yes, okay, one yes is good enough. Chalo. Oh. So here you can see script references. ng means it's internally nothing but like a batch files which execute some series or a set of commands, guys. I use the command ngserv. See, it internally refers to a script file called as a start. Okay, so this is what it contains. So it contains the dependencies for this particular application. What are the different packages this app is using? Any new package you add or any new reference you add, it will come over here. Like I told you, no, ng add command, no, anything you do for this folder through ng add, you will see coming over here. Clear or not, guys? Yes. Router, ng add router you can do. All that extra things is what you can see. So it contains all the dependent libraries for this app. So here you can see. Devuda, my Visual Studio crashed. I think today Visual Studio will not run for me. Possible. Okay. Then dependent libraries and why will be useful. This is one very important question to answer. Why should I bother? Where should I know? That's what the example I had taken before the disconnect. Today, I was taking the name of the Ayush Sharma. Ayush or somebody and told, okay, that guy asks me, can you please share me your routing demo code? Can you share me this routing demo is what he will ask me. So I will say, boss, if I have to share, it's too big a folder. So what I will do is I will show only the SRC folder and the necessary. Understand the example what I am trying to say, guys. See, if you look at this particular application, there is one folder what's called as a node modules. Guys, observe this node modules folder and you see the property of that. Okay, the size of that particular folder over here is about 235 240 MB rather, almost. I can't include that in my zip file and share it to somebody. Understanding the example, guys? Node modules should not be included because it's 240 MB alone. So he doesn't need node modules. He needs he needs the reference or sample code or reference files, guys. Okay, he needs those reference files. So I will share him the SRC folder, which is source code. Okay, plus the root folder ka files package and all. That is the place when package.json will be useful for another person. All he has to do is he has to do a npm install command in the folder. So whenever you give a npm install command, no, it reads the package.json and accordingly it will create a node modules for you. Understood the example? I took the example of Ayush Sharma. I give him the zip file with package.json. He will unzip that into a folder called as a my demo app. And he will simply give npm install at the root folder. So he needs all the necessary reference libraries, no, node folders, right? So that npm install command will read the package.json and it will install all the necessary files for us. See here, this is 238 MB. Okay, let's go ahead with the next file. So angular.json. How to create node file in VS Code? What is it? Narayan Sami, how to create node file in VS Code without using term? I didn't understand the question, sir. I didn't understand the question. So if you are asking like you want to create a new folder, idhar aake folder structure create karo, and then once you create a folder outside, you can say add folder into workspace. Can you somewhere see add folder? No. Once you add a folder, then on any folder you can do a right click, add new folder like this. Hope I have answered your question, Narayan Sami. Okay, so the next very important file, as it created the new one. What is the new one? We gave the name. We gave the name, guys. MSFS, no, demo MSFS. File, add folder to workspace. If it is created, let me see. Angular. No, it's not complete. Let me try. Okay. The next very important file is your angular.json. It contains all the app specific settings file, name, version of the app, and entry point files for your app. This is very important. So now let us see one angular.json file. So here you go, angular. Important thing. Okay. Guys, observe the new project, the name of version number you want to give. This is very important. Not maybe during development time, but important when it comes to your hosting time, guys, when you want to build it. So you can see here, it contains the entry point file for V is index.html main. These are the two very important files which you will get to know in a short while. Most important files for every Angular app. Okay, so all other things are simple. Okay, guys, it's almost 14:34. Sorry, 16:34 now. We'll have a 10 minutes break and come back and complete the structure as much as possible. Okay, so let's take a tea break and come back. 10 minutes. Like yesterday, please post once you are back. Okay, please post once you are back. Yes, for 10 minutes from now, whatever the times it may be in your watches or laptop time. Okay, guys, let's start and let's get going. So let the numbers go on. So after 12 minutes also, we have only 40 people who have come back. Okay. So what we learned about the important files in the root folder. So let's proceed further and see what are the next set of things. We have learned only one as of now. If you look at this in this folder, what are the important files is what we have learned. Three files: angular.json, package.json, and tsconfig.json. They are the three important files what is there in the root folder of every Angular app. And you have already understood what is the purpose of them. Then comes your E2E folder. The E2E folder may not be needed all the time for all of us. It's a end-to-end testing files. As you see over here, it's a testing file. So you need, it will have one protractor-based testing file which you can use for having the test cases written and having the test ng test, right? To test your application, you can put all the test cases end to end. So don't worry, until you get with the development of the application, you don't need to worry about. So only thing you know as of now is for putting the test cases for my application, you need to look into this E2E folder. That's a end-to-end testing folder under which you will see a SRC and you can put so the next important folder is your node modules, guys. Okay, node modules, as I've already told you, Angular application is a JavaScript based framework, which means it needs a lot of JavaScript support for writing. So if you see underlying, every Angular application is nothing but a JavaScript code. Understand one very important thing, guys. You are running this application in a browser. When you run any application in a browser, the browser can only understand the JavaScript code to run, because the browser does not understand anything other than the two things, HTML or JavaScript. They are the two things what any browser can make out to run. So finally, every code you write, whatever it could be, for the browser, so it needs lot of JavaScript support files. You may use lot of expression building, math libraries. All of those folders are available in this node modules. See this node modules. It contains, who is this? Somebody asked me, what is that @ng mean? @ng, @Angular means. Guys, observe. @, you see a lot of things now. So that's a clear indication they are all the Angular support files. And the rest all the regular JavaScript support files. I think it was asked by Mr. Rana. Yes, man? Yes, it was asked by Rana. You can see folder names also begins with @. So that's a simple differentiation telling these folders starting from year to year, no, right? This will not be there if you have not done @Angular CLI. Okay, for many of you, it was giving a error, no. Possibly why the error, no? When you did that ng install without -g, no, it is installing these folders in the current directory, not into the node modules where the node is installed. That's the reason it is giving ng command fails. Okay, chalo. So ng modules. So remember one thing. Now you can ask me the next question. Node modules is 230 MB. Do you think every application will be that big? Answer is no. Guys, these are all the questions what I expect from you people. Actually, you people should ask me many questions like this. I am only asking and I am only answering. So please be more inquisitive in asking more questions, guys. What I am telling is, if you see in my application, there is a lot of, every application contains a node modules. Okay, every application contains a so do you think every application also includes those things? No, it's not like that. Guys, understand one thing. If you all come from the C++ or a C background, it doesn't mean that your application contains everything coming from the C or C++ library. Hash include you do. Hash include whatever that is linked with your application. Matlab only those. Similarly, every Angular application will have import statements. Guys, understand the point I am trying to say. Your node modules may contain 100 folders. 100 folders. That doesn't mean that every Angular application is using all the 100 folders and everything from each of those folders. It's available for me to use. Some applications will use it, some applications may not use it. So it will include it only based on the imports your application does. So if your application has some imports, right? So here if I go, there will be some imports. You can see here, there is nothing from the node which is included in this application, in this file. So based on the imports, necessary things from your node modules will get included or will become part of your application. So node modules is a big folder. Don't think it will impact the size of the application. It's a reference folder which will help us to give all the JavaScript support for an Angular application. I was expecting one more question actually. Sparsh, Ashish, and all the other seniors, whoever is there, please think and ask me. At this point of time, most of the people will ask me one common question. Think. I told you, node modules wala, if you see, no, right? It's 230, 238. There is one saying in Telugu, Ayush Sharma. Duradrushtam adrushtamla ventadtunde, you can't help it any. I don't know whether you understood or not. Okay, chalo. वैसे ही वो बाउंसर ही था, शोएब अख्तर का बाउंसर था वो. Chalo, senior guys, think about and ask me. You can see this node modules is 238 MB. Now what I wanted to say is Angular demo app is having a node modules which is 230 MB. Under the Angular, I've opened B22 demo. It also, I have closed it. I have removed, sorry, I'll take another advanced topics. It has a node modules, which is again 240 MB. I am giving a hint what you have to ask from a question perspective. Okay, guys. So that's one more thing what we have learned. Next, we shall go ahead. The next most important folder comes is your SRC folder. We are getting inside, guys. Matlab, the most important folder from a developer's perspective is this SRC folder. Okay, SRC. And this is the folder where a developer will spend most of the time. This is the place where he spends because he doesn't have to do anything in node modules. He doesn't have to do anything E to E until the development is completed and you get into the testing phase. Okay, you don't generally tweak around with that config.json files. Angular.json, maybe package.json or ts.config. Not much. Okay, but SRC is a folder which you people will be working very regularly. And that's the place where you see your source code. That's the place where. No, that's not the question I am expecting. Ran Bahadur Singh. Nahi, wo nahi. I will give a hint before breaking for the day, no? I will ask the question and I will leave it to you people. You find out the answer and come back. Okay? So that I will give it as a weekend assignment. I'm not leaving you empty for the weekend. Okay. Yep. Yes. Yes, they were Gautam Reddy, Gautam Shetty. Right? So let's get into that later. So next comes the most important. Very good. Vardhan Wag has come to something. Yes, something close to. Very good, sir. I have got the question. I'll answer it after I finish this. Or shall I finish it now itself? All others tell me what they are asking. Okay, let me put that question and ask. I don't know whether I might have typed it or not. node modules. Let me go here, guys. The most important thing. Every Angular app will have a node modules folder, which is around 240 MB in size. Is it not little heavy on your disk? I'll tell you guys, one of the biggest blunders or a mistake I have done is that either देखो, right? Demo app has a node modules. I showed you. That means every application has a node modules folder which is having 240 MB, 240 MB, 240 MB, 240 MB. That means, what I'll tell you, I have around 32 projects over here. 32 into 240. That much space is duplicated. You may be telling me, a क्या developer, a ganda, hopeless fellow करके. Yes, I am. And I have done a very bad thing also. I am an example for that. And that's what I am telling. Okay? That's what I am telling you. People don't do that. Pele, I'll tell you. First, starting, go ahead. Do like this. Don't get confused. Initially, during the learning phase, no, better you can go with multiple node modules in every application. Once you are comfortable with the app development, right, then go to some other thing, what I'm telling now. Okay, now let me tell you what exactly it is. Is it not? Sparsh. I think that's what you actually meant. Can't we make a common? Or you can ask the question like, right? No, no, no. Copy paste किया तो भी वो space तो consume करेगा ना sir. Dev Kumar साहू. Copy paste also it consumes a space, no? It's not copy paste. No, it's not copy paste. I'll tell you. So what is it? Guys, very simple. How did we create an application? No. Ah, very good. You have gone a little ahead. Ahead. That I'll come. Okay. How did you create? ng new my app. I'll tell you one thing. By default, this command creates a read it out, guys. I am highlighting a word over here. By default, this creates a multi-repo workspace. So what do you mean by a multi-repo? Multi-repo means, okay, every app will have its own node modules folder, which is not what I want. And that's the default. And that's what I have done. So when I created every project, no, I had simply given the command ng new something. For every application, it was creating a new node modules folder. So now Sparsh, to keep it common or to keep it outside, how you can do it is, so instead of creating a, what is it? Multi-repo workspace. Okay. So create a mono-repo workspace. Mono-repo workspace. So what do you mean by this mono-repo workspace? A mono-repo workspace means you will have only one common Hope it makes sense, guys. Yes or no? Create a monorepo workspace. You will have only one common node modules folder inside the workspace, which will be referred by all the projects or applications. So how? I'll show you one example over here. Here, I have created one monorepo based workspace. I'll show you. Okay, let me show it here. That gives better clarity. Okay, can you see over here? My guys, observe this folder structure. Sparsh, based on the point, whatever you told, I'm just telling. See, If you see every app, other apps, it has a node modules. If I click on anything, it has a node modules. But I'm just going to open one thing now. See here. There is one which I have created called as a My Mono Repo workspace. Okay. My Mono Repo workspace. You can see here, guys. There is only one node modules folder. Okay. There is only one node modules. And inside that, you have the projects. Now I have created two projects. One, what's called as a new assignments, and another one is a test mono repo app. If you go inside, right, see, generally under this layer, you would have seen node modules in all the other, no, multi-repo. Yes or no? Under this or at this level, you would have seen the node modules. But here you can see the node modules is at a workspace level, right? And all the projects uses the same common. So you can go on creating 25 projects here. For all the 25 projects, you have only one node modules. I have to do the entire restructuring now. It will take good amount of time, right? It will take good amount of time. So I have not. It's good. Dev Kumar, it's good. Very simple. It's very good. So guys, that's what I told you. Pehle, I'll tell you, don't do that in the very beginning. Dev Kumar, I am giving you a caution. I'm giving you a caution. Don't try to do that in the very beginning, Sarji. Pehle, keep the thing simple. Make it work. First thing is our idea here is not making it optimized, effective and all. Wo baad mein. Our idea over here is first today to begin with. I am learning Angular. So for that, I need understand the Angular features. Right, Dev Kumar? Don't try to do that with the very beginning. Okay. So first I will suggest, I will tell you guys. First, for everything you do during the training, no, I suggest you create a new multi-repo only. Doesn't matter. Okay. Baad mein, once you are comfortable, move it out. Okay. So no, Tanuja, what is your question? How does it refer to the node modules? It's very simple, Madam Ji. So what happens? Either dekho, it will have only configuration files. Through configuration files, it will get to know. So mono repo, my mono repo, kidhar hai. Dekho, madam, idhar, Tanuja, right? You can see, you will have the configuration files, no? So here you will have the different options. I'll show you one minute. TS config, angular.json. See, madam, this you see, root. Now that is the answer for your question. Root project slash source root src. See, so for your application root is projects are. So even three configuration. Yes, madam. Yes, those configuration files are also common for. Where is it? See, this is Angular. This they are common. So it is takes node modules from in this folder. Hope I have answered your question. So how to? So very simple. I'm telling you guys, please don't try this in the beginning. Pehle disk space ki janjat, don't bother. Let it go on. Anyways, right? Node, what is it? ng new, right? I want to give a new application, no? ng new. Okay, my workspace. You give a app name here. Okay, my workspace minus. Okay, create hyphen app is equal to false. You give this command. Okay, ng new my work. You are not creating an application here, guys. Understand? Actually, ng new is actually for creating a workspace. With ng new, without option, no, it created a workspace plus it created a project also for us. Here I am telling you create me only workspace with node modules. Baad mein, I will create my projects. Then you can go inside the folder and then say ng generate app. Right? ngg app. Understanding or not, guys? Yes. ng okay. So remember, so all you have to remember is you are going to tell or indicate the CLI boss I don't want a project to be created by you now. I need only what? What guys? Where was I? Idhar tha main. Workspace. Yes, Dev Kumar. Right? So then you can go inside the workspace. What I have done, I will tell you. Yeah, this is not. Okay. So what I have done, gone inside the folder. From there I have given ng generate app. My first. So what is the names I have given? Ng generate. What are the two projects we have? New assignments. You can see it has its own SRC app. So A1, A2, A3. Like this I have done later. Okay, guys. So this is monorepo versus multi-repo concept. See what happened. I generally talk about it only if somebody asks a question. But either it so happened that I only asked and I should have only asked answered it. Chalo. Next, the most important files, okay, are the folder for us. 9. One more missed. The SRC is the next very important folder for us. I'll explain you now from a. Okay, guys, see this. The SRC folder contains few folders in turn plus few important files. We'll finish this. Once we get into the app folder, then it's a different altogether. We'll finish this and close it for the day, guys. So what are the important files? You can see, guys, there are 4 important files under the SRC folder. Styles.css, polyfills, main, index. Remember 4 files. Index, main, polyfills, styles. These are the 4 files what you have very important in the SRC folder. First, I'll talk about the simple files first. So as you know, CSS is for what? Defining my style classes. This is HTML, guys. Okay, defining my style classes. So a file where we can define all the global CSS classes. That means which can be used across all pieces in your application throughout your app. It's a global style. You know, I think you guys know CSS concepts. Everybody know, guys? So if you don't know, guys, I'll tell you it will be very tough to understand everything or going forward. Okay. So it's a global. So you can, so I want to put a background color of for a button. I want to make a foreground text color, size, rounded rectangle border. All those can be defined as a dot button class. And you can define background color is equal to foreground text is equal to whatever. That's styling. It's only for defining the appearance. CSS, cascading style sheets. Chalo. Polyfills.cs. It's a compatibility file. Okay, guys. I'll just take an example to explain you that. Okay. So I'll just tell you. So today I am telling you, I'm just taking again one more example. Mr. Gautam. I'll take Gautam's name because that's the last name I am seeing in the chat window. Gautam. Gautam, I'm taking your example. What I'll tell you. Today, I have developed an application and I have hosted it on a server. Guys, please do follow the example what I am telling you. Okay. Based on that, you should be able to understand what's the purpose of what file. That's the whole idea here, guys. So I'll tell you once again. So I have an application over here. I'll tell a JSON demo wala, nahi to routing example or my photo album. Let me take my photo album wala application. I have built it and I will host it and I will say Mr. Gautam Reddy, Mr. Gautam Shetty, you can access this using http://anantha.com. Okay, simple example I'm telling you, right? So you click on this and you can give /photo album. You should be able to see the photo album app. /JSON demo. You should be able to see the okay the different application. Now guys, example comes in why polyfills is required. I have developed the application here using, you should know the JavaScript versions over here. Let me tell you, I have developed my application for ES20 or ES16, ES6 version. Okay, guys. So what I am telling is, I have built my application, my photo album or whatever it is for ES6 version. Okay. ES6 version. Now, Mr. Gautam is having a browser which is not supporting ES6. He wants to run the app. How does it? So your browser should start giving an error. Boss, the app what you are running is a latest one. The browser does not support. Please upgrade your browser or ask the developer to downgrade his application. Right? Which of the two things is better? Or making your app. I'll give you three options. Did you understand the scenario, guys, or not? I have developed the application for a latest ES standard. For a latest ES standard, and you are trying to run that application on a client computer which is having a lower version of the JavaScript engine support, JS engine, because finally it's a JavaScript code to run, no? So now three options I will give you. What should happen? Three options. Your browser should give one error. One option, upgrade your browser. Two, ask the developer to downgrade the app. Or, okay, run app with appropriate changes. Which one do you feel is better of the three? One, super, but I don't feel that. I don't feel. Third one, I support third one. Hey, Vardhan Singh, you can't expect a developer to downgrade the app, man. Man, that's a very, very poor choice, man. It's not poor. I think I know you are telling it on a sarcastic note or something like that. If you have already developed and I will come back and ask you, hey, you have used the latest version, please write it for the lowest version and give it to me, you will say, get lost, I say. Kya Vardhan? Is it true or not? You can't expect a developer to downgrade his app just because you don't have a compatible browser. Then everybody will come and say, hey, mera ES1 ka hai, ek ES1 wala de do karke. For how many you start supporting, man? Nahin. First option, right? Sorry, second option is totally ruled out. Very, very bad. It's only a choice, not an option to select. I always suggest the third option is better. Upgrading your browser is a good option, I agree. It's a once for all solution, right? Right? I want to test the app immediately. There should be some support to do that. And that support is your polyfills. Now read it out. It is a compatibility file. We are developing an app using the TS, which in turn gets converted to JavaScript. And this JS is the one which has to be and will be run by the browser. As we know, JavaScript also has versions, ES 2015, ES 2017, 2018. These are the versions what you have, JS. Okay. So an app could have been developed and built using 2017. That's what the example I took. Okay. And the same app may have to run on a browser which may not have been upgraded to run ES 2017. Then how this app runs? You have three choices. So polyfills will take care and ensure to make this app run. Simple. Don't worry too much about it. Just know that polyfills is a compatibility file for making your application to be make it runnable on all browsers with the necessary JS conversions. Clear, guys? Yes or no? Okay. Is there any question? Yes, there is. 1 minute, somebody. Does it do automatically without any action? Yes, sir. Pradeep Rana, don't worry. Every TS file is converted into a JS only because browser cannot. That is all your TS compiler will take care. Okay. Yes, that's what. There is a TS compiler which will take care. If my Visual Studio was running, I could have shown you. ये तो काम नहीं कर रहा है. Okay, chalo. So that is about the important. Shall I finish off 2 more files, guys? Or shall we break for the day? Friday. So this is the one. Okay, but that's a very important files. The next, no, okay, man, I will not do it because this is very important, and I know there are so many people who have disconnected for the day. We had 130 plus, and I am seeing 111 now. That means around 20 people have disconnected. But this is a very important file to explain. Index and main.ts are the very. I will finish folders. Okay, assets. Okay, better. I will do all Monday only. No need to worry. Pradeep Rana. Okay. Pradeep Rana, as I told you, one thing I'll tell you, Mister, which other programming language you know, Rana? I'll just take your example only and give you comparison and tell you. Tell me, Rana sir, Mr. Pradeep. C sharp. Okay. Okay. You know C sharp already. Okay. So I'll ask you to learn C++. I'm just giving you an example. Okay. Or Java. How much time you have to spend to do that? C sharp is also a object oriented. Java is also a object, and then C++ is also the same. Yes, ma'am? Right? How much time you have to spend to learn them? Not so much. So as I told you, TS is all about JavaScript, right? With a little extra features, strictly typed. I'll explain you some little bit. I'll tell you. Okay. JavaScript, why TS and why not a JS? Okay. Very simple concept it is, right? Okay. So as you know, JavaScript is not a compiled code. I'll just give you the answer. Okay. JavaScript is not a compiled code. Every time you do some changes and you run the app, if there are some errors, no, you will get only after running the application in the browser. Understand this, man, Pradeep Rana. If you are using JavaScript code, no, right, you cannot make out the errors until you run the app. Smallest of the errors also is thrown by the browser. Kyunki JavaScript is not a compiled code. Please remember that. Only browser starts executing the code. The JS engine runs the code, no? That time you will start seeing the errors in the browser, which is not a good, easy. Okay. So TS is compiled code. Strongly. I'll give you some examples here. Right? Where my name is equal to Rana, I will put. This is a good one, no? Right? Not my name is Rana. I am putting your name, Mr. Rana, sir. Okay? My name. This, what you understand from this? You mean my name is a string. Okay, my name is a string. I don't want to use the word type. My name is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A right or, see, is this right or wrong, you then? First of all, allowed or not? That depends. Okay. If it is a .js, this is allowed. Is it right or wrong, Rana? Tell me. You are using a name with the initial value put as, right, string, but later you are using the same variable to hold. a integer value, which is not right. Here, the same thing, if I do change it, okay, in a TS file. So you will now get here because, thanks for that word, Tanuja madam. Strictly, or you can also put strongly. Now you got the answer? Rana sir, I have only told one. Very simple. It's much more than this. So syntactically, feature-wise, it is same JavaScript. So it gives a little extra feathers for the JS. It's like I can say TS is nothing but JS++. Okay? Okay, Mr. Pradeep sir. Yes. Okay, guys. That's all about the points. So I'll share the notes and all. Okay. After some time, I'll be uploading the recording link in the Teams window. You can take it. Yes. Yes, Ravi. Because finally, please understand, your application is not run. Understand, this question is valid if it is like a standalone application. But Angular is developing or allowing us to develop, it's for web apps. Web apps means what? It runs inside a browser. So browser is platform dependent. But the browser ka execution engine hai na, though JS, that's platform independent. So you got the answer. Ravi? Ravi, you are the one who had asked me to add to the design patterns or something, no? Yes, ma'am? चलो मैं ऐड करूंगा बाद में थोड़ा याद दिला दो. I have that Gajni effect. Okay, I know. I read your message. Here देखो, I have read chats में किधर है कार्तिक पल्लेटी and I have, can you see here? I read it and I marked it as unread so that I will do it. Okay, Ravi, package lock. Finally, when you are done adding all the dependent packages, you can freeze it. That's it. And you can share that to the other developers, telling this is my final dependency set. आप ये use करो करके. Okay? It's like freezing the dependencies for your application, finalizing. That's all. Okay? So there is one more question. What's the difference between ng-add versus ng-install? ng-add is for this particular application. ng-install is adding that into your node modules folder. Install is -g, adding into your node modules folder. Add is for current folder, in the current folder, for the current project. Sai Kumar? Okay, sir? I don't know, you have 4 names. Om, Vishnu, Sai, Kumar. What name I have to take to call you? I don't know. Om or Sai or Vishnu or Kumar. Yeah, man. जैसे भी हो. Chalo. Okay, guys. So it's 5:30 almost 3 more minutes to go. And it's Friday. Let's break for the day over here. So have a nice weekend. Okay. Have a nice weekend. Somebody share the Teams thing, guys. For that lady. Control C. Okay. Please join Naya madam. Okay. So have a nice weekend. Good rejuvenated weekend. Get re-energized. Come back strong. Okay. On Monday, we'll start off with Angular core concepts, components, how to create and all those. Okay. Chalo. Bye guys. Thank you and bye.